Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome back to Extra Innings. I am your host, William Suttle, and I am here with right-handed pitcher Cameron Junker and outfielder Chase Bowen. Both of them played for the Altoona Curve tonight here in May. They played against the Akron Rubber Ducks. They got the 4-1 victory. It was a very, very slow game, but towards the end, the last couple innings were very, very entertaining. So, Jase, playing in tonight's game, you had some really good plays in the field. You made a lot of outs in right field, but none bigger than throwing out somebody at home. What was that like?
Oh, it was really cool to be able to help out our pitcher defensively because we weren't giving him much support offensively. Definitely felt good because he really went out there and he threw great. So that was a cool moment.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's one of those things that really changes the whole dynamic of a game. Gentlemen, both of you got to play in the Arizona Fall League this past fall. You were deemed, in the Pirates' eyes, one of the top prospects. Cameron, can you kind of touch on being able to be one of those top prospects that got to play?
Yeah, going through minor league baseball, you always hear about the fall league and how great of an experience it is, and there's only 8 guys every year that really get to go. So being picked to be one of those guys that got to go and experience it, it was really cool, and it was just really cool experience playing with other teams that we play against all the time, but also learning and developing as a baseball player.
Oh, for sure. And it's like one of those, you see a lot of new faces, you see some old faces, you're just, it's a big group of guys coming together to try to get better. And then, Chase, you got to also share that same experience. You also got to make the All-Star team. So what was your experience like with the Arizona Fall League?
Yeah, I think Cam hit it on the head. Just to be around those guys and just be teammates with the guys that you play against was so cool. Like a lot of good guys that you never would expect to have friendships with because you're always competing against them, and they're kind of your rivals in the field. But it's something I really prayed for throughout the whole season was to go there because it is a big honor, and just happy to go out there and enjoy some time, and Arizona's beautiful, so that was really cool.
And spoke to you pregame about it. You made the comment of there's a lot of rain in Altoona. I can only imagine that the Arizona weather was quite favorable.
Yeah. There's
probably
no rain there.
Sunny skies, no rain. So did you guys get to enjoy Arizona? Did you do anything fun, or did you just stick to strictly baseball?
Yeah, we went. Me and my fiance went to Sedona for off day on a Sunday, and Sedona is one of the best places I've ever been. Even though it was just for a day, we went on a hike to Devil's Bridge, saw it all. It was really cool. And then just being out in Phoenix, I've never really been out there ever. The golf out there was awesome. The food, the restaurants are unbelievable. Like, it was just a whole different atmosphere that I've never really experienced before. It was cool. It was really nice.
Which is, one of those things where if you've never been there before, it is truly a whole different type of scenery with what's out there. And then, Chase, can you speak similar to what Cam said about?
Yeah, I didn't do anything as cool as Cam did. I didn't go to Sedona, but my fiance did come out as well, and we kind of checked out Old Town and some farmers markets in the area, and we just had a really good time. Like the food was great, and you can't beat the weather. So
No.
we kind of drove around and checked out the mountains, and the houses that were up there were great too.
Yeah, and I've heard this a lot from people who travel. West Coast style, so different than East Coast style. Is that can you agree to that?
Yeah.
Way different. Even being back home in Ohio for this trip, it's a whole different feel than even being in Harrisburg or being in Erie or any of that. It's totally different than anywhere we play, and it's way different than the West Coast.
Yeah. And then, so looking into the off season, Cameron, you actually won the Fireman Award for the Curve. Can you kind of speak on that award and kind of what that means to somebody who isn't very familiar with the team?
Yeah, the Fireman Award was it was a good accomplishment that I won last year. Basically, being a reliever that gets put into any situation and puts out the fires, I guess, is the best way to put it. Go in and just do your job whenever your name's called, regardless of the situation. And it was cool to win that award last year by the Curve. Really cool to be honored to win that. Definitely something that I've got the trophy on my dresser at home. So it was a really cool honor to win.
And a lot less dangerous than actually being a firefighter. I think everybody in your family is probably like, yes, that's the type of fireman we'll take.
Yes. Well, my brother-in-law is a fireman too, so different type of fireman, I guess you could say.
Yep. And then, Jase, we talked last year about, doing some sports in the off season, and so can you kind of touch on your off season, getting to have that leisure time, and also the trading card business that you're in?
Yeah, it's something I've always been interested in. I've always collected cards when I was a kid, and when I got my first one, I was like, I knew I wanted to go after like a lot of them, and I got in touch with some guys that I played against, Blaze Jordan, and he had a company, and I decided to get into that company as well as a co-owner, and basically what we do is we open trading cards for fans and give an experience of behind the scenes into our daily lives, and just share our love for the hobby.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of kids do that at a young age, so they can kind of gravitate towards players when they see them opening. They can be like, oh my gosh, my favorite player also opens up trading cards.
Absolutely,
so it really builds that connection with fans, and obviously both of you guys got cards out there that you get to sign for fans. When the time comes when they want to get one from you. So obviously, tonight you guys early part of the season in May. What is your take so far in the season for 2024, Cameron?
I would just say that we need to just keep grinding away. It's a long season, and there's going to be brighter days ahead. We're struggling early on winning games, so it's just a matter of staying consistent with your routine and staying consistent with your work and trusting in it, and seeing results happen later in the year.
It's truly a grind. This season is not. You can definitely, curl up and kind of just go to sleep at the beginning when you're struggling, but you just got to keep powering through because you're going to get better. Things are going to click. And then for you, Jase, on the opposite side, playing the field and hitting, what are you seeing so far in 2024?
Yeah, similar to Cam. I mean, I think it's important that we just continue to put our heads down and not worry about results. Just worry about doing your job and just realizing that the season is long and not worrying about results and just persevering through everything, man. And we go out there, we have fun, we work hard, and we let the results just speak for themselves.
And it's a whole team effort. And you guys are definitely going to build that camaraderie, and you guys are going to end up having a great 2024 season. We thank you so much for coming on today's episode, spending some time with Extra Innings, and we wish you guys nothing but the best of luck in 2024.
Appreciate it.